Welcome back to the Den, BGD fam. We are back for another episode. We are glad that y'all are here with us today, and we are excited to really get into our season, our episode, the new podcast on the block. It's your girl, Alicia.
And it's your girl, Sheree.
Yes, and our goal is to create a safe space, which is the Den, for women to share their experiences, trials, and tribulations through life from a TV show idea perspective. We're using TV shows to kind of gather our content. So that's kind of the relatable aspect of it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you listen to this as well on the podcast, or if you are on the podcast, you can also listen on our YouTube channel, which is Black Girls Den Podcast. So yeah, so excited to be here and talking to you all today.
Yes, ma'am. So, guys, we are actually introducing a segment for every episode called the Den Diaries. That's where we check in with you all every week to see how things are going. Also, letting you guys know what's going on with us as well. So, starting off, we wanted to give like a little introduction into what we're wearing. I am wearing Shein. I'm a Shein queen. I have on a Black Girl Magic shirt, and these pants, I don't know what these are, but if y'all know TikTok girlies, these are very popular on them. And I have some Cooler Bear UGG slides.
Oh, okay. I like your Black Girl Magic shirt.
Thank you.
So, if you are not watching this, if you're listening to it, though, we're really cozy in the den. So
Yes.
I brought some loungewear. I have Forever 21 pants, suit on. Thank you. It has like the robe effect, and then it also has the pants. So I'm real cozy in the den. I got this white shirt from Walmart because we working people, so we got to be on the budget, baby. Walmart,
Right,
okay? And then I got some moccasins. If y'all can see them, they're black, and they're from Shoe Carnival. And I love moccasins, and they eat down, period. I just got some new ones, so I'm wearing these things. So that's what I have on. Forever 21 is my girl, and definitely Walmart. So yeah.
Cute.
Thanks.
So also in this Den Diaries series, we will be introducing our event that we have coming up on March 27th. So if you are in the Louisville, Kentucky area, yes, Louisville, Kentucky, we are hosting a trivia night, Her Story edition. So we're just going to give odes to remarkable women throughout history. And we just want you to bring out your friends, girlfriends, guy friends, if you have them, if they want to come out as well, just to participate in game night. It's going to be fun. We're also going to have giveaways there. Shout out to the Adulting Queen. Shout out to
Flourishing Faith.
Yes.
And shout out to Tiffany, Treats by Tiffany. They are our sponsors.
Yes.
So if y'all want to sponsor and y'all not here in the area, email us at Black Girls Den. We would love to shout you out. Okay. Right. And we are going to have like 3 rounds. It's going to be at Trouble Bar. Definitely look on Facebook and look on Instagram for more information. Matter of fact, the Eventbrite link is going to be in the Instagram bio, possibly the TikTok as well too. So make sure you sign up so we can kind of know like where y'all coming from, so y'all are part of the fam.
Right.
It's really exciting. It's our first trivia night. It's our first event. So we really want to like celebrate launching the podcast and celebrate Black women, Women's History Month and stuff like that. So come on out. Hope to see you there.
Yes. So with today, we are actually going to have our episode based off of the Proud Family. As we told you guys in our introduction video, that Proud Family is going to be the kickstart of our series. So today,
not the Louder and Prouder, no.
No, the original one.
Okay.
So we are actually starting out with season 1, episode 1, and that essentially is going to be talking about friendship betrayal. Penny Proud was betrayed by Dejanay. So we wanted our episode to focus in on friendship betrayals, and if you guys have had any experiences with that as well.
Also, if y'all want to listen to this, if y'all want to watch the shows with us, it is on Disney as well, and I'll put that link in the description. Yes. Y'all can watch it with us. We've already, of course, watched this episode, but going forward, y'all can watch the other episodes, and y'all can kind of understand like what is going on and happening. In this episode, if y'all remember, if y'all don't, Penny Proud was trying to go and try out for the cheerleading team. Dejanay was the cheerleading coach, not coach, captain. But then her best friend from elementary school or something like that came, and so
La
Penny
Cienega.
Proud, La Cienega, Penny Proud was kind of like salty or whatever because basically Dejanay picked La Cienega over Penny Proud. So all in all, that is kind of like a friendship betrayal on Penny Proud's side. So we kind of wanted to talk about our stories of in childhood. When did you feel like your friendship betrayed you?
Right.
You know, we always talk about women in friendship and stuff like that. So that's really what we're talking about today. Is like, were you betrayed by a friend, or did you betray a friend? Let us know if you betrayed a friend. We're gonna get you in our Den Diaries next episode. Okay, let us know in the comments. So you can go first.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna share our stories based on experiences we've had. So yeah, I would say my first experience would honestly have been back in 5th grade. It was dealing with my cousin. I had this best friend. I'm not gonna name no names, you know, I'm not gonna be petty like that. But yeah, I had a friend, and we were really close for some years and stuff like that. I don't know how or even why, because this was like 20 years ago at this point. I'm 31, by the way. And I remember my cousin made my friend turn against me. Like, I think she was trying to tell her that I didn't like her for some reason or something like that. I don't really know exactly what happened, but that's just my first instance of what I can remember. And that friend that I had was just not like into me anymore for some reason. Like, her and my cousin, they kind of linked up against me. And I had been friends with that friend for probably like maybe at that point about 7 years, since we had been 6 up until around like 11. So yeah, that was my first instance I can remember. I just don't understand why my cousin turned her against me. Like, I still can't remember to this day, like, what was the reason.
Okay. Oh yeah, and then we were saying like, I get like, how did that make you feel when your friend betrayed you?
I mean, it made me feel very unwanted. Like, honestly, like, that was like my first experience of like, okay, well, where's the loyalty to this? You know, you just go off the grid and just believe what my cousin had to say, and you don't even come to me. And we were like really close, you know? So yeah, I would say that was like my first friendship hurt, honestly.
Yeah, and so you never talked to your cousin again, or you never talked to the friend again?
I never ended up talking to the friend again. What's funny is throughout the rest of like middle school, we never really was close like that. And she ended up going to a different high school. So I never really saw her during my high school years at all. And during that time frame, I don't think her and my cousin really stayed close either. Like, when she moved to a different high school, she had her own set of friends. Like, the only way I really kept up with her was like on Facebook at that point back in the day, and like MySpace and stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, we're still not friends to this day either. And the funny thing is with my cousin, like, I think it was like a jealousy thing. I don't know. I think she was just very like competitive when it came to me, because we both were on the track team and we had like mutual friends, and it seemed like she always wanted to make herself seem better than me for some reason. But I'm like, girl, you're my cousin, like my third cousin at that, you know? So I don't understand why we really had beef. Like, I really don't know to this day. Like, and we still are not cool to this day at our big ages.
I know, it's so interesting to me, because like when you grow up, you're like, oh, your family is your first friend, or your cousins are like your sisters and stuff like that. Like, cousins are supposed to be your sisters, or your like whatever gender it is or whatever. But sometimes family ain't really all that's it, you know? And so it's like, it's kind of hard to be friends with your family within different situations or whatever. You think that your family's supposed to look out for you and something like that, like have your back. And sometimes it's not really like that. So that's also sad too. So
she did not have my back during that time at all. And even throughout high school, like I said, when we were on the track team with each other, you know, girl, if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. Ain't no shame in my game.
I'm weak.
But yeah, you know. But, you know, it's all love. There's no hate over here.
It's all love after no shade.
Right. But, you know, it's like I can't hold on to something from 20 years ago because, like I said in the beginning, I don't even know why she even turned my friend against me anyway. I think it was like a jealousy thing. I honestly really do think that, for real. Hey.
Yeah, well, mine is a completely different story. And some of y'all could relate to this one too, because, child, we just gonna talk about it. I feel like now I'm looking back on it and I'm like, oh, this is betrayal. But you know, when you're younger, and the whole thing about this is nostalgia, like, I didn't know it was betrayal. I didn't know what even friendship is, because you think about friendship, you're just like, oh, it's my friend, or whatever. So a little bit backstory behind this is that I moved to Kentucky my freshman year of high school. So I didn't know anybody. I didn't know nobody. I just came here. I didn't have any friends. So I was a new girl, but so was some other people.
Yeah, military brat.
Yeah, new girl on the block, new girl on the whatever high school. So then there was this other new girl that came like a month later or whatever. You know, people would come different times just with life or whatever.
Right.
We became so close so quickly. And it's because, I started talking to her. We was hanging out, talking, and we just became close. And I think we lived by each other, which also, makes you closer. And when you live by each other, you can go hang out and stuff like that. So long story short, we were really close. We were really tight. Our second year, which was our sophomore year, she ended up getting a girlfriend. So now everybody gonna know who it is, whatever. But she ended up getting a girlfriend. And like I said, I don't know what happened. I don't remember the conversation. But basically, all in all, like, I don't know if her girlfriend lied on me or somebody lied on me and said whatever it was. And so then, like, my friend basically believed her girlfriend over me. So whatever the situation was, she believed her. And then I'm like, well, that's not true or whatever. I don't even know if it was cheating. I don't know if it was whatever. I don't even know what happened, honestly. But in that sense, the rest of my sophomore year, that the second half of it was so horrible, because that was my best friend. Like, everybody knew that we was always together. We was always hanging out. We was always going places together, at the games together, at the youth center together and stuff like that. But then it definitely changed. But then she stayed with that girl. We ain't gonna talk about what happened with that girl, but that was just a lot of drama and more stuff or whatever that. But it, in that sense, I was like, dang. And that's why, things do happen. And I talk about this to this day and how it's affected me. It's like, I can barely trust anybody. Because if you're going to choose me, if you're going to choose your man or whatever over your friend, and they're not even married, something like that, you don't even know, we in high school, but even in general, that's not a red flag to me, but it's a flag, choosing your man over me or something like that. And I'm not a liar. I'm a genuine person. But it also does tell me, people will do whatever and believe whatever they want to believe. And then on top of that, it's like, how close were we? Or how, you knew me before you knew her.
Right.
It's like, that's crazy to me. You knew her before you was even in a relationship. And guess what? They broke up. And then guess what? Exactly. Now who you talking to? Me. Okay, right?
Oh, but she tried to come back after they broke up.
Yeah, well, they was together for a long, long time. But a year and a half later, something like that, we kind of started communicating. And when she found out what was going on and different things like that, about whatever the relationship was, then she kind of communicated to me. But I don't think she's ever said sorry to me. But I think we talked about it. But people who kind of not back off, but it's they don't really want to confront it,
Right.
And so that
kind of passive aggressive.
Yeah. And so that is even now, I was saying I don't even, not that I don't trust best friends, but I don't really have any best friends. And it's I do want best friends, but it's that kind of really was well, dang, if a best friend,
your foundation.
Yeah, if that's a best friend, I don't really want a best friend.
Right.
And I've also had people where I'm close to. So it's okay, I'm close, but I'm not best friends. And that could even go into me growing up and moving or whatever, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, that betrayal is dang, you don't believe me, you don't trust me. I was your best friend. We were saying we was best friends. We were always together, always hanging out. And then it just it can switch so quickly. It's really crazy and sad. And so that kind of just showed me dang, I didn't really have my guard up, because we talked about everything. We were so close. We related on so many different things, and we watched TV together. We had our favorite show together and stuff like that. So it was she was my best friend.
Right.
And so then it's just well, dang, now your girlfriend says something, whatever. I don't even know what the girl said. Okay.
Right.
But it's now it's gonna be oh, forget you, and then she got you going down this other path, whatever. I don't even know. So that is kind of my story with friendship betrayal. We're cool now. We're not as cool though, but we are cool now or whatever. So if she sees this, it is what it is. But
now I'll ask, since you kind of moved around since you were a military brat, was that your actual first best friend you had before that?
No, I don't think
other schools did you
that
have
wasn't
friendships.
That wasn't my first best friend, but I guess I don't even know what a best friend was, because before I moved, I had a real close friend, like my friend. Right. I would say she's my childhood friend. Like I lived with her and stuff like that. So I would say we was like best friends. Mm-hmm. She ain't never did nothing like that though. But we was best friends. But I guess I wasn't saying best friends in middle school. Right. It came in high school. So I don't even know just how it was like. And I was close to people in elementary and middle school, but also when I moved, you got to think like when I moved, I think MySpace was just starting. So there was no like, I have phones, but who's like really talking on the phone? Like texting, you got to pay. You can't talk to after 9 o'clock.
I know back in the day when I was on 3-way calls. Like,
but like, in house phone, your parents don't call. So, I wasn't even able to really stay in contact with people until Facebook came, which was like a year later. But then I didn't even get a Facebook for real till like later on. So I would say that I did have friends. One was mainly my close friend, the one that I stayed with before I moved. But the other friends, they were cool, but it's like I didn't keep in touch with them when I moved. Right. And then it was just like, I have friends like because I'm in volleyball, because I'm in this, because I'm in that. So it wasn't really like, I have this best friend. It was just people that I was close to. So I did keep in contact with them, but I was out in middle school. I wasn't calling people best friends. Right. So that's kind of how that was.
Mm-hmm. I would say for me, I do actually have best friends. We're not as close as we were back then. I have one that I've known since I was like 4 years old. And I don't know how, like during that time frame, I think maybe like around almost middle school-ish, that's when we actually became best friends. It was probably shortly after the friend I told you about that believed my cousin. That's when we formed a bond. It was kind of like, okay, she's out of the way. Then I formed another friendship with someone that I knew actually before her. So yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, because being like a young person, like what you learn, that can develop over time. That kind of shapes your morals, that shapes like your awareness and things like that. So yeah, if you have like a rocky foundation, I can see how that kind of builds up over time.
Yeah. And then I moved after that situation. I moved to another school too. And so that's why I was talking about it like to someone or whatever, like, they're like, maybe it was you, I don't know. But the high school friendship, something like that, I was talking about like when your first year that you're going somewhere, you're kind of really getting acclimated. I moved to another school my junior year. Everyone already has their friends. Everyone already knows everybody. Right. So it's kind of like I'm just jumping in to new people. So it's like I didn't really make that many friends there. And then it was my senior year. And so then I started making friends, when you have the same classes or whatever people. But then dang, it's college. So I really, and I think I do, and I don't know how many people did, but I really cherish my college friends. But I don't know if they cherish college friends as much as I do, because I didn't have that upbringing of like, I've known these people since middle school, or I know these people since elementary school. So I think that that's kind of me too. It's like I hold on to friendships because I can make more friends, and I can do that, but it's like I hold on to friendships because I don't have those like, I've known somebody for 20 years. I've known somebody for 30 years.
Saying that.
Yeah. And so like, but I don't know if my college friends, like when I talk to them, I met people who've never even been out the state before, who never even been out their city before. Wow. So they cherish their elementary, middle school, high school friends. And I don't cherish that because I don't have that. So it's like, that's something that's missing. And so then it's like, well, then when I did have it and I got betrayed by a friend, that's like, it's crazy. So I don't have all these childhood best friends. I mean, I wouldn't call her I would call her my childhood best friend, but she's not my best friend anymore. In a sense, like, I don't really believe in the world. I don't really believe in grow apart. I believe in like, you don't nurture friendships. So that's just me. And so like, we're still cool, but like she's married, she got kids and stuff like that. But I did talk to her, and until like college, kind of we didn't fall apart, but like in college we were like doing two different things or whatever. So I talked to her more in my adult life now as well. But yeah, so it's kind of like I have some close friends. Well, now I say I have a best friend now because she's like, okay, be best friends. But I had to tell her like, well, I was like, I just met you, and it's like I don't use best friend as loosely now. So like even now in the conversation, I'm like, I don't use best friends as loosely. I don't really know if you're my best friend. And now I'm just like shoot, what is a best friend? I don't even
Right.
know what a best friend is. Y'all tell me, do y'all know what a best friend is? Because I don't even know what a
Right.
best friend is
No.
at this point. Like, so that's kind of how it is. I would love to have a best friend, and it kind of gave me hope. I was watching this TikToker. Her name is like Jayla, and I forgot, someone Williamson, Diana, and they like met each other, and now like they're best friends. They're a little younger than us, but they met and they clicked. So it's like maybe I will click with somebody, I'll meet with somebody, and then we can become best friends. But I guess it's also not like I'm just like out here like searching like, oh, I want a best friend.
Right.
Because I'm just like, oh, okay, let me watch a little bit. Let me see how you are. Like, let me see if this could be my best friend. Let me see, you know.
And then with our friendship is even kind of newer because we met off Bumble, you know, so we came from the same area.
Bumble.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Bumble. I need y'all to be bumbling, adding bumbling. From Bumble to a podcast. Right. Bumble.
Bumble is a good platform, I guess, to find friends in a sense, but at the same time, it doesn't feel that organic. It feels kind of generic. Like, I feel like I'm shopping for a friend in a sense, like I'm on a dating app.
So yeah, Bumble needs to sponsor us because that's how we met, and that's how this podcast even started. Because first we were going to do a podcast about living at home with our parents,
right?
So yeah, so I think our commonalities, like content creation, living at home with our parents, being the only girls, like, definitely stood out. And so it's like we have something to relate to. We like to travel. We don't have no kids, so it was definitely easier.
Even our educational background is kind of similar too, because you have a master's degree. I have one as well. You study tech. I also study tech, cybersecurity. So
yeah, and so I think that is better too. But I feel like sometimes on Bumble, like it's kind of hard. And being in this digital age is like, it's crazy that we're finding friends by swiping on the internet.
Right.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And then you have all these people who say they want to be friends and then they don't really want to be friends. And then they don't want to hang out or something like that. So I just think that goes into it. And it's like, well, what the heck? Do you want to be friends or do you not want to be friends? And like I was saying, you were talking about like low maintenance, high maintenance friends. We did talk about that. It's like, I think I'm more of I want to say high maintenance friend, but I'm not low maintenance. But it's like, I value friendship. I value hanging out with my friends, talking to my friends. Like, if we're in the same city, we should hang out. Like, we should be able to nurture that relationship. Right. And so I feel like the nurturing is not as best now because we are adults. We do have lives and stuff like that. But I feel like being friends, you should nurture because you should want that friendship and you should want that relationship. Right. And so growing up as well, I was the only girl as we both were. And so like, it's really hard to have those core group of friends, that sisterhood. So I thought in college, I was going to have that core group. That's cool. But then I moved again. Right. And so like keeping on moving and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to have that. So I really do cherish my friendships and I want to nurture them. I want to be friends forever and stuff like that. So I don't really believe in growing apart and stuff like that. But I will say that I never really had that, this is my friends for 20 years, this is my friends for 30 years, something like that. Right. I do have childhood friendships. We talk more now, but like we don't really communicate as much because like she's married and stuff like that. So I do have some friends, like best friends in Atlanta, and then I have one best friend that moved away. And so like we communicate, we travel together, we hang out with, and so I think it's important to pour into your friendships. I think it's important to value your friends. Right. And sometimes like if I feel like I'm not valued as a friend, it's like no. And so it's like if I'm only hitting you up and you're not hitting me up, that to me shows that I'm not really valued in this friendship. And so I don't like feeling like I'm not valued, even though I do want that sisterhood. I do want that connection and that friendship. It's just kind of hard because I think that people put on a pedestal romantic or intimate relationships more than they do friendships. And so that kind of gets me, I don't like that because of the whole betrayal thing or whatever. Right. And how it is. And so I don't know, that's just kind of, I guess, my rift or my thing about friendship. And so we want to know, like, what do y'all think a friend is? How do y'all, have y'all friendships? And are you a low maintenance? Are you high maintenance friend? And so which one are you?
I would say for me, I'm kind of like a mid-maintenance because I don't feel like we need to talk on the phone every day. Me and my best friend, I told you about that move to Atlanta, that was us. And it got to the point where we started clashing because, baby, why is you on my phone every day? And it gets to the point where I think also like, what is there to talk about every single day? I think that at that point you should be talking to your partner or somebody you're dating every day, but your friends, not necessarily. Like, I know some of y'all out there, y'all might disagree with me. I mean, if you are doing that, kudos to you. I would say you are strong-willed. I can't really do it. I think as I got older, I was like, I really valued my time to myself and was like, I'm good with even talking to my best friend, 2-3 times a week. I think is a good, healthy balance. Even like with my parents, like I only talk to them maybe 3 times a week.
Well, parents are different because you just kind of have regular conversations. They be trying to tell you something, read the Bible to you, pray for you, give you a scripture. I be like,
a lot of lecturing.
Yeah, when I talk to my parents. I personally think, not that I would want to talk to my friends every day, but I feel like in long distance relationship, I feel like it's kind of key to talk. Which I don't know. It depends on how boring your life is or how fun your life is. I have something to talk about every single day because it's just life things that I do and stuff like that. But I also talk because I know I'm not going to see them. Like if I don't travel with them or whatever. So like that's that building block for me. That's that core relationship part for me. Is to talk and not necessarily like every day. I'm just not a texter, so I hate texting. Text messages are horrible. Yeah. But I think that talking builds that familiarity and stuff like that because you can drift apart kind of. On 1 week or another week, and it's like, okay, well, I'll talk to her. Okay, well, I won't talk to her. Like one of my close friends, I talk to her frequently. We haven't traveled together, but I talk to her frequently. She checks up on me, and I check up on her. And sometimes we're like, oh, hey, you doing whatever? How you doing? And so we're still close and we talk, but like. We definitely make effort. So if we're making effort, I feel like that's good. But if you're not making effort, then
friendship is like a garden, and that's why you have that saying, like the friendship garden. Because if you're not, sitting there nurturing it, you're not watering it, you're not fertilizing it, basically trying to make sure that it's good, it's not going to harvest, it's not going to grow, it's just going to eventually die out, essentially.
Yeah, I feel that. And so this is just something fun that we just thought to add to the episode. Since we are talking about friendship, this is about shows, like Black TV shows. We want to know what friend group would you be in? And I'm going to ask you, but then I'm going to ask them too. So the friendship group is Sisters. That's Andy, Karen, Danny, Sabrina, and Fatima. If you don't watch Sisters, I'm sorry. This is on the Shade Room. Y'all can check it out. And then the other one is Khadijah, Regine, Maxine, and Sinclair. That is Living Single. The next one is Mala, Issa, Tiffany, and Kelly. That's Insecure. Ty, Quinn, Angie, and Camille. That is Harlem. Or you want to take a trip and be with Dina, Ryan, Sasha, and Lisa. I think that's a girl's trip. I forgot I don't know if it's Liz or Lisa. And then the last one is Whitney, Renee, Sandy, and Ella. And that is Run the World. And girlfriends, Tony, Maya, Joan, and Lynn. So which girl group would you want to be a part of?
I would say all of them have their own drama. If you haven't watched the shows, I don't really know too much about Living Single, but for me personally, I'm going to probably say maybe Insecure, because I feel like Issa and Molly, they had a really strong friendship, even though they had their rocky moments and stuff like that. But I think just that core group of friends they met in college and they filtered into their adulthood, and they just supported each other. Like when the other girl, she got married, she had a kid and stuff like that, they were there for her.
Tiffany?
Yes, Tiffany. I couldn't remember her name. But yeah, I think Insecure, and I think that my other friendship group that I would say I would like to be in probably would be Harlem. Because I think, again, all four of the friends, because one of the friends left off the show, I think, from the first season.
Oh, no, I think they're all
I'm thinking about Run the World. Yeah, so Harlem is a show with Megan Good, and I think that I valued their friendship as well, because one of their friends had an illness at the time. They were really there for her. She was going through a nasty divorce battle. And so I think those two friendship groups stuck out for me. What about you?
So my first one is going to be Living Single. I would love to be a part of that group because if y'all don't know me, I mean, I love boss women, boss chicks. Not, I don't know if I'm really one, but like Khadijah had her own business. Regine was stylish and she was fly, and they just was like setting their careers. Like Maxine was a lawyer, Sinclair was just in love or whatever. But like I really like enjoyed how they supported each other. They lived with each other. They hung out with each other. They ran their businesses and they mind their business, and it was like fun, and it was like we're literally living single, but we're working together. So I really value that. I think that was a really cool way to like show single Black successful women on TV. So I'll be part of their group just because it's like fun. You're always gonna laugh. You're always gonna have a good time. And yeah, and so if I was to pick another one, I probably would pick. I don't. I'm kind of debating between. I would say Harlem and I don't know if I want to say what is it called? I don't know if I want to say Sisters or Insecure. Like those are kind of about it, whatever. But I mean, I will say, and I do love watching Sisters. I think I would say Harlem only because like I can relate. Like Megan Good, like she works in higher education, and so I work in higher education. And Angie's just like fierce. Like I love Angie's personality. Like she's just like fierce. Like I'm gonna do this, whatever we say. And the other girl, I think her name is Todd. Like she has her own business app. And then the other
she's
girl,
also really big in tech as well.
Yeah. So I like that. Like I cannot wait till I make it to my 30s. And so I'm like, I'm a boss chick. I'm gonna be bomb and stuff like that, and just to be around and supported with those. So I'll probably say Harlem and then Living Single.
Okay.
Those would be my shows. So y'all let us know in the comments what y'all shows are.
Yes.
Comment below on YouTube, or if you're listening to this, go to our Instagram and our Facebook. And one thing that we want to end our shows off with is affirming each other. Yes. And so we want to affirm you all. So we have affirmations to give to you all. And my affirmation that I want to share with y'all is you don't have to earn your worth. You are worthy of genuine friendships.
Period. And mine is friendship is a journey of mutual understanding. So as we talked about throughout this whole entire episode, that a friendship, you have to nurture it. There's got to be communication. Communication is key. So yes.
And understanding. And if you all enjoyed our Den Diaries, you all have some stories or y'all want to share some letters with us, we would love to read the letters as well. You can email us at blackgirlsden@gmail.com. If you're in the Louisville area, do not forget we have a Black Girl Trivia event for Women's History. Check it out. It will be linked in our bios of the Eventbrite. And just stay tuned with us. Like I said, follow us on Facebook, Black Girls Den. We have a Facebook group, so if you want to chat in there, we have a TikTok, an Instagram, and a YouTube channel, clearly. And we are just so excited. We will be uploading episodes every Sunday, so get ready with us for your Sunday service before or after church if you go. I don't know. Are you dead side back? So, yes. Hopefully y'all enjoy this episode. Thank y'all so much for watching and listening. Share this with your sister, your friend, your cousin, your mother, your daughter, your cousin.
Co-workers, everybody.
Okay, period. Anybody, everybody. And make sure they sponsor us. Bumble, at Bumble in every comment. Bumble like a bee. Bumble. All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.